Terri Temple. Welcome to my channel. Ladies, this is what I'm going to be sharing today. I'm going to be sharing with you remedies from my book, The Godly Woman's Guide to Inner and Outer Beauty. I'm going to be sharing with you health remedies from my popular best-selling book right here. I'm going to be sharing with you health remedies. So grab your book and join me. Grab your book and join me. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. God-Given Remedies to help you cure bronchitis, urinary tract infection, arthritis, GERD, food poisoning, on and on. I'm going to be sharing with you some remedies, all the remedies in this book, and also a few that are not included in this book. So you're going to want to hang around for that. Trust me. You're going to want to hang around, and you're not going to want to miss the remedies that I'm going to share with you in this video today, and especially at the beginning, at the end of it. Okay? So grab your book, and that's what I'm going to share with you now. We're going to go over this book right here. I'm going to go over this book with you. Okay? But first of all, I want to share with you. I want to let you know a disclaimer that I am not a medical doctor. I am not a medical doctor. What I am sharing with you is 30 plus years of experience and research from natural remedies, natural God-given remedies that work. Natural God-given remedies that work. That's what I'm going to share with you today. So if you have any health problems, or even if you don't, I encourage you to go see your doctor first. I'm not a medical doctor, so do your research. You can look, once I share these tips with you, you can look up a little bit more information on the internet, okay? If you want to do that, I encourage you to do that. And that's what I've done. I just do my research, and you know, I've been going to the doctors for many years, and they almost never have an answer for me. I usually leave in worse health than when I started with. So I just pretty much, you know, I'll get my annual physical, but I have pretty much given up on man-made medicine, and because it don't work for me. It don't work for me. And I even go to God in prayer, and I just say, look, Lord, ain't no use in me going over to this doctor and running over there, wasting this money, spending this money, because number one, they probably ain't going to be able to find out what's wrong. And then if number two, then they're going to give me some type of medication that's just, it's going to make me worse. It's going to make me worse. So, and I'm going to share a little bit more of that with you as I get into this lesson today, okay? But anyway, I just want to let you know that I'm not a medical doctor, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. And if you have any health problems, go get medical help for yourself, okay? So that's what I want to do. I'm going to we're going to go over this book. That's what I want you to go over. And this is my book, Godly Woman's Guide to Inner and Outer Beauty. It is available on the internet and on my website and at all bookstores. You can get this at any bookstore. If they don't have it on the shelf, just go in there and ask for it, and they'll be able to order you a copy of this book. I love this book. It's my favorite book, and it's a great book. Great book. Okay, so I'm on page 113. I'm on page 113 of my book. Page 113. And this is a natural God-given remedies. This is from my book. Okay? So, page 113. Fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks of the river. These leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Every month they will bear fruit, because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves for healing. And their leaves for healing. This is according to Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 12. So these natural God-given remedies I'm going to share with you, they are for our healing that God gave to mankind when He created the earth. So they have always been here. Always been here. For most of my life, I have faced minor and major health problems. Each year, I schedule a wellness exam with my doctor, and I normally honor their advice. But mainstream doctors have many times recommended surgery or drugs that have led to more health problems for me, some of them life-threatening. Therefore, I have taken a proactive approach to my health, and Father God has blessed me greatly. Father God has blessed me greatly through it. One morning, this was over a decade ago, when I was suffering from health problems, because I've had a lot of health problems through most of my life. One morning I heard Dr. Richard L. Becker, D.O., a practicing physician and author of Foundations for Healing, and the host of the TV show Your Health. He has a TV show called Your Health. You can find it on YouTube, and he's also on cable. That's where I originally saw him, on cable TV. Him and his wife have their own show called Your Health. So anyway, him and his wife Cindy, I saw their show. On their show, they said that, he said, this is Dr. Becker now, he has went to regular medical school just like all the other medical doctors have, except for he ended up with cancer, and the doctors could not heal him. And so he started doing research on natural remedies, and he healed himself of cancer. He healed himself of cancer by doing research on natural God-given remedies. So that's just a little history on him. That's just a little history. So he's not a quack. He's a real mainstream medical doctor. But he just learned better. He learned better. So this is what I heard him say on his show. On his show, he said, drugs don't heal. Drugs don't heal. They keep you going until healing occurs. They keep you going until healing occurs. I believe it, and I have experienced it. And I thank God in heaven for providing humanity natural, healthy alternatives. One of them is herbal medicines, which I believe are a gift to us from Father. I normally partake of them, and we all do well to consider them. I know so many people, I see people suffering with these health medical problems all the time, and they keep running back and forth to the doctor year after year after year, and they're still not cured. And the doctors just keep giving them different medicines, different pills on top of pills. And before they know it, they're taking like 10, 20, 30 bottles of prescription pills. And you know what? I have health problems, and I've been having health problems for a long time. But you know what? I don't take any prescription medication. I only take one. Only take one. And that one, one bottle lasts me like a whole year. And I only take one because they don't work, and I value my life, and God has already given us remedies. So why do I need to go to someone else to find something that God has given us all, that I can just go into a grocery store and find the remedies right over the counter? So that's what I do. So as a godly woman, I'm on page 113. As a godly woman, I do not necessarily condemn modern medicine and its physicians. However, due to my negative experience with them and the horror stories reported by others and in the media, I do not recommend mainstream doctors except for in extreme or emergency situations, or to diagnose illness and perform wellness exams. That's mainly what I believe doctors are for, if you cut your finger or break your leg or things like that. But that's what I believe. That's my belief. That's what I believe, based on many years of experience and going to the doctors and just constantly them not knowing what's wrong with me, or sending me home and telling me there's nothing wrong when I know I'm not stupid. No, I'm not stupid, okay? So, but that's me. I don't recommend. I'm not telling you don't go to the doctor. I'm just telling you what I believe from my many years of experience. And if you're tired of suffering at the hands of mainstream medicine, then I highly encourage you to do some research and just get out of that bondage and that yoke that they're keeping you, and get out of it. Okay? It saddens me that more people won't give God-given medicines a try, but instead choose to suffer unnecessarily. Hopefully that will change in the near future. This is why I share my health remedies, and this is why I share my health stories and God-given remedies that He has given to all of us. Okay? So my husband and I have been using herbal remedies, medicines for well over a decade, and have experienced great results. I utilize and recommend organic and herbal products because they are pure and do not contain unnecessary fillers or toxins. All of these items in this section can be found at Whole Foods Market. That's the items that are in my book right here that I'm sharing with you. They all can be found at Whole Foods Market, Sprouts, and other health food stores. As with all herbs and medications, please read and follow the directions that's on the bottle, okay? Don't follow my directions. Follow the ones that are on the bottles and the other things that I'm going to recommend to you today, okay? So follow them carefully. I also purchased liquid extracts, which I'm going to be showing you today, and alcohol-free versions as much as possible. I avoid those as much as possible. So remember, I'm on page 114. So remember, if you have an illness, and you desire to truly get well and heal, then you may need to look no further than modern man-made. You may need to look further than modern man-made prescriptions, due to the fact that the world we live in, that we reside in today, is corrupt and polluted in every way. It's corrupt and polluted in every way, and our food and medications are no exception. They are no exception. Okay, so we should take our health just as seriously as we do God's inspired To not do so is to invite physical and medical disaster into our lives, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Keep in mind that herbal remedies are made by our Creator and are therefore gentle and work best in the beginning stages of an illness. In the beginning stages. So what I'm saying is, the sooner we deal with a health problem, the better. A lot of times we wait too long to go to the doctor, to get diagnosed, or to do anything about our problems, and that's not good, okay? So with natural remedies, the best way to cure them quickly or easily is to jump right on it, and don't wait, okay? So you want to use them at the first sign of a sickness. If you wait too long to get aid, then you may have to resort to traditional man-made chemicals that may cause harm and additional health problems. So that's why you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to wait too long. But I also want to give you a caution. If you suffer from diabetes, cardiovascular problems, or any illness, please speak to your doctor first, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so make sure you speak to them first. Some of the herbs, some herbs can cause your blood sugar levels to drop or to rise. Therefore, avoid those that do, especially if you have low blood sugar or diabetes or high blood pressure or anything. You definitely want to constantly monitor your health. You want to constantly monitor your health. Me, I don't have diabetes, but I was diagnosed with low blood sugar about 20 years ago. So what I do is I bought me a blood test thing to test my A1C. I bought that many years ago, not because I have diabetes, but because I just want to keep monitor of my blood sugar. I also bought a blood pressure machine. I don't have high blood pressure. I just check my blood pressure every once in a while, maybe every 6 months or something like that, especially if I'm not feeling well, if I have a headache or something like that. I have my own blood pressure machine at my house. So that's what I'm saying, we need to be proactive about our health and monitor our health. We really want to do that, okay? We really want to do that. So also I want to read to you an excerpt from this book called Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. I want to read you an excerpt from this book. I recommended this book before here on my channel. This book, in a way, saved my life because I did not know about health remedies until I got a copy of this book. And I got a copy. This is a new edition. This is a new one. I bought this book. I got a copy of this book 20, almost 30 years ago. And so it started falling apart, so I bought me a brand new one of this book. As you can see, though, I use it a lot. There's so many things in here I'm going to share with you later, too. But I want to read you an excerpt from this book. This is an amazing book. It's sold over 5 million copies. I want to read to you, and it's in this book. I want to read it to you. Okay, this from Jethro Kloss. He was a medical doctor. The great remedial properties of herbs and the juices of fruits and vegetables have been recognized and appreciated from time immemorial. Only since Theophrastus von Hohenheim started using chemicals during the 16th century have people been looking for and depending on medicines artificially prepared from chemicals. People have been diverted from the true healing remedies by misleading advertising. It seems as though false science has succeeded. Chemical poisons are now very convenient to obtain and are quick acting. People were deceived for a time, but at last they are seeing the effects of drugs and their evil after effects and are looking for something better. They're looking for something better. And that's excerpted from Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. So it's just important. And there's pharmaceutical medicines. A lot of people don't know. I did a little bit more research because I'm really into research. I love reading. I cannot stop reading. I have to read. I'm one of those people, I read so much till I get a headache. I just really love reading. And one day I did some research and I discovered that a lot of people don't know is that pharmaceutical medicines kill over 100,000 people every year. Over 100,000 people, and it's probably higher than that. But you're not going to hear reported on the news or things like that because they don't want anybody to know. They don't want anybody to know how many people are dying from prescription medications. And it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. So right now I'm going to start sharing with you some remedies from my book. I'm going to start sharing with you some remedies from my book. Okay? I'm going to start sharing with you remedies from my book. Share with you aloe vera juice. And this is the aloe vera. This is aloe vera juice that I use. This is aloe vera. I love this aloe vera juice. It has no aftertaste. It doesn't sting or nothing. This is the best aloe vera juice. This is by Real Aloe. It's by Real Aloe. It's the only real aloe vera since 1972. The only real aloe vera. That's what it says right here on here. It's organically grown in Southern California. It's the best tasting aloe vera, and they're not lying. This stuff is delicious. I get a bottle of this. It lasts me about 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year, and I'm going to share the benefits of using aloe vera juice. So I'm still in my book. I'm on page 115 if you're following along. I'm on page 115. So aloe vera juice. Many people are aware that aloe vera gel is perfect for healing and soothing pain from a sunburn and other types of skin inflammation. However, some of us are not familiar with aloe vera juice. I learned about it a few years ago when I developed GERD, acid reflux. Millions of Americans suffer from acid reflux or GERD. It is not a minor illness. It is not minor. According to professional medical research and reports, if not treated properly, it can lead to cancer of the esophagus or stomach. Its symptoms include asthma, insomnia, chest pain, heart palpitations, heartburn, sinus infection, laryngitis, and stomach pain. Once a person develops GERD, he or she will most likely have to live with it his or her entire life. Many resort to invasive surgery, which is not always effective. One of my doctors offered to perform surgery on me, but I refused. I only accept surgery as a last resort due to findings that many people who go through surgery are worse off or develop severe complications or other health problems. So I thank Father God for his many herbal remedies which have been on planet Earth since he created it. For your FYI, for your information, recently there was an episode on the Dr. Oz show. Well, this was really a few years ago. There was an episode on the Dr. Oz show where the topic was about acid reflux. I remember that he reported that millions of people have it and don't know it due to being misdiagnosed by their doctor as asthma, or they were not diagnosed with it at all, though they have it. So I too, the same thing happened to me when I developed acid reflux over 10 years ago. I went to some doctors and they was telling me I had asthma, and I'm like, asthma? And it was crazy, the stuff they were telling me. I knew what they were saying was not true, but I could not prove it because I was not sure what was wrong with me. And so what happened was I went to a heart doctor. I had to go to a heart doctor. The heart doctor put me on some type of machine. He did some tests on me, and he was the one that told me that I had GERD. He told me that I had GERD. Excuse me. And so that's how I found out I had GERD. Wasn't through a regular doctor. I had to go to a heart doctor to find that out. Well, anyway, he was a good doctor. He was very gifted. But he told me that he could fix my GERD through surgery. Well, me, like I've told you before, when a person tells me they want to cut me open or something like that, I always tell them, you know what, I got to talk to God first and see what he says. Let me talk to God and I'll get back with you. I'm not lying. This is what I tell them. They don't like it, but I don't care. It's my life and it's my body. It's my body. So he told me, he goes, I can do the surgery for you, and we'll just cut you, just cut you right here. I'm like, cut me? He's like, oh yeah, it'll be just a small cut this big or something. I'm like, looking at him, he was like, oh, just a small cut. Wasn't a small cut, and there's no such thing as just a small, any type of surgery, So, he didn't really care. It's like, he didn't care about cutting me open, but I'm like, oh, I'm not just gonna let someone cut me open. And then the surgery is not even 100% effective. He told me, I think he said it was like 60 or 70% effective. And I'm like, I'm not going to let these people cut me open. So anyway, rest of the book, and get to the book, page 115. Before I discovered aloe vera juice, I took Prilosec. I hated using it because of its many dangerous and documented side effects, one being osteoporosis. So I was thrilled to hear about aloe vera juice. After losing some weight and abstaining from spicy foods, I have been able to avoid heartburn and other complications related to GERD by taking aloe vera juice. I drink 2 ounces in the morning and 2 more at bedtime, or as needed. It has healed my stomach, and I no longer need any prescription or over-the-counter medications for heartburn. Some aloe vera juices taste yucky, but Real Aloe brand has almost no taste and it works great. If you have GERD or any intestinal or digestive health problem, I recommend you try it and see if you can avoid having to take man-made pharmaceuticals before they cause more health problems, okay? So this is the Real Aloe that I'm talking about. It's delicious. I think this costs somewhere around $10, probably not that much. And you can buy this at Swanson Vitamins. You can get this on the internet for 50% off where you can buy this at a regular store. You can get this for 50% off. Swanson's Vitamins. That's where I buy most of my herbal medicines and remedies, because you save at least 30 to 50% off, sometimes even more, okay? But this stuff, this is delicious. I can take some right now. And so that's what I take, and that's what I encourage you to take. Don't take Prilosec. Don't take Prilosec. It will mess your stomach up. Right now, there is a class action lawsuit against Prilosec for causing kidney failure in a lot of people and even stomach cancer. It's terrible. You don't want to take it. I've had before I started taking aloe and got control of my weight and everything so I can get rid of the GERD or manage it, I was taking Prilosec, and it will cause some major health problems. So just don't even take it. Do not take it. It's not worth it. Okay, so anyway, so try aloe vera, and there's some other health remedies too, some things that you could do if you have GERD, including taking probiotics and yogurt. Okay, so, and also losing weight. I'm doing a series on losing weight and get in shape. If you have GERD and it's because you're overweight, I encourage you to follow that series. It's right here free of charge on my YouTube channel, because GERD is a symptom of being overweight, because our stomach and everything get pushed up and it pushes up the acid. And I could talk for hours about GERD and some remedies and what causes it and all that. Maybe I'll write an ebook on it one day, but right now, because time is of the essence, I'm not going to be able to share it with you right now, but take aloe vera. Don't go to these doctors and do not take, don't let them put you on these harmful medications. Don't let them do that. Okay? So the next health remedy is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper right here. This is another one of my favorite health remedies. This right here. I'm going to tell you some more about this later. But right now, cayenne pepper, this is the organic. I try to get organic as much as possible. This is the organic cayenne pepper right there. And I think I even got this from Walmart because it says great value. So I think that's where I got it from. It says USDA organic. But this is very good. This is very good. Cayenne pepper. Okay? So I never would have thought that cayenne pepper, the spice that many of us have stashed in our spice cabinets, could heal so many ailments. If you or loved one suffer from a fever or a cold, you should give cayenne a try. Common names for cayenne include red pepper, Spanish pepper, bird pepper, chili, African pepper, chili pepper, and American red pepper, to name a few. In Herbal Remedy Guides, capsicum is listed as a stimulant, a tonic, alterative, carminative, digestive, and is mostly prescribed for symptoms of cold, flu, fevers, and inflammation. Not long ago, I had the flu and I suffered with a very high fever. Thanks to the book Back to Eating that I shared with you earlier by Jethro Kloss, I learned a lot about it and how it reduced fevers. This remedy quickly worked for me, even when Tylenol did not. I mix about 1/8 or half a teaspoon in 2 ounces of water. I stir it and I drink it. I then take this mixture as needed, in my case for fever, after each meal 3 to 5 times a day, and retiring for the night. Red pepper is one of the most wonderful herb medicines we have. We can do many things with it that we are not able to do with other known herb. It should never be classified with black pepper, vinegar, or mustard. These are all irritating, but red pepper is very soothing. And that's excerpted from Back to Eating. So this right here, this cayenne pepper, whenever I have a cold or flu, this is what I take, this right here. And so I only take like 1/8 of a teaspoon. And it depends on how strong your system is. Some people's system is really strong, or I'll say they have a stomach made of steel. I have a very sensitive stomach. So for me, I only take 1/8 teaspoon of this. This is the powder form. And I mix it with a very tiny bit of water, barely a quarter, about a 1/4 cup of water. And I stir it till it's dissolved. And then I drink it really quick. and after it, I drink a cup to about 16 ounces of water, room temperature water, not cold water. Okay, that's what I drink, and it will get rid of your fever. It will get rid of your fever. Okay, so you want to take cayenne pepper. It works quick. It works quick, and it will give you, especially if you have the flu. You know how the flu makes you feel all lethargic and really tired and worn down? This will give you your energy back. I'm telling you, this will give you energy back. Don't go to the hospital and get antibiotics. Most flus are not a virus. And so antibiotics mostly only work for bacteria. If you do anything, get an antiviral. Those work, but you gotta basically have it like day one that you know you have the flu. Who knows they have the flu on day one? Most people don't know that they have a flu till 2 or 3 days later, and the antiviral doesn't really work that well unless you jump right on it. And then it has really bad side effects, just like antibiotics, which is a huge epidemic. Antibiotics are ruining people's health all over the world. Okay, so, and now it's getting to a point where people can't even, it's probably going to be one day we want to be able to take antibiotics because the side effects from it over the years, and the abuse or misuse of it, and the overprescribed, the fact that it's being overprescribed all the time. So this will help you with your flu instead of antibiotics or antivirals. Take this. You drink it with the water. Sometimes what I do, because I have a sensitive stomach, I'll eat a piece of pineapple after it, and it will soothe my stomach, like that. So that's it. That's all you have to do. I tell people this all the time. On my Facebook channel, I tell people all the time, and people suffer so much, and I'm like, why are they suffering? This don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. Don't make sense. Okay, so I'm still on page 116 in my book. I'm on page 116 in my book. Okay, now this is chamomile. Chamomile is a stimulant, bitter, tonic, aromatic, antispasmodic, and stomachic. It is well known throughout the world. It is great for any type of stomach pain or discomfort. I drink it to help me relax when my stomach feels inflamed. It is very useful in gastritis and nervous diseases, especially in the stomach. This is chamomile. If you have gastritis, this is what you want to drink. Don't necessarily run to the doctor. Like I said, you can go to the doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm just saying, this is what I do. I drink chamomile. I remember one time I had gastritis so bad I did not know what it was when I first was diagnosed with it. My stomach hurt so bad. It hurt so bad to go to emergency room. I think I went to urgent care or something. And so after that first incident with gastritis, I can't remember what they gave me. They gave me some type of prescription medication. I can't remember. But anyway, so years later, after reading Back to Eden and doing some research like I'm always constantly doing, I learned about chamomile. So the first signs when I start feeling gastritis, which is a burning sensation around right below your breastbone. There's a burning sensations all the way around, even your back. It burns. You can also have stomach pain, really bad diarrhea. There's some very unpleasant symptoms. But if you jump right on it at the first sign, avoid caffeine and all types of stimulating food, and just eat bland food and drink some chamomile tea. This will heal your stomach. Sometimes I'll put 2 bags together just to make it real strong. And chamomile won't harm anyone unless you have some type of allergies, and I suggest you, like I said, go to the doctor. Make sure you know what you're allergic to. A lot of us don't know what we're allergic to, and we're causing ourselves suffering, unnecessary suffering. That's what doctors are good for, to run tests to find out what type of foods or medications you may be allergic to. They're really good for things like that. Okay, but chamomile, you want to try chamomile tea. I love chamomile, it's a lifesaver. And it does so many other things, help with anxiety, panic attacks. It's really, chamomile is good. Really, it's good to drink a cup of chamomile every day. And it's really good for your stomach and your nervous system. So I love chamomile. Okay, the next thing is cinnamon. Cinnamon is known mainly as a condiment, but it is also good for symptoms of PMS. It stops heavy bleeding and reduces cramps during the menstrual cycle. I normally sprinkle it on my food, such as toast. I'll drizzle it on toast with agave or honey, and it is delicious. Or I might add a teaspoon to a glass of warm water or stir it or drink it. But I really prefer to put it on some toast. It really is delicious. I try to eat more cinnamon. This is more cinnamon another organic version. I love cinnamon. Of course, it's a powder form, and this really does this help, and it also helps to lower your blood sugar. I don't know if I said that or not, but if you have high blood sugar, you can take cinnamon. Okay, you can take cinnamon. It will lower your blood sugar. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medication. Overall, if I had diabetes, I would do my best to get off of man-made medications. I have written a book. I'm not done with it, but it's about like 80-90% done about the dangers of diabetes and how mankind or man-made medicine is just making it worse for people. Okay, and I've lost loved ones that have died because of complications of diabetes because they listen to mainstream doctors. Okay, instead of God and the remedies He have given us. Okay, if you have diabetes, I'll just tell you in short, one of the best things you can do, type 2, not type 1. If you have type 2 diabetes, one of the best things you could do is lose weight if you are overweight. Okay, because most people who have it, that's where it comes from being overweight and eating too much sugar and things and starches. Okay, so anyway, I would do anything, I'm serious, I would do anything to get off of man-made medications, especially if I have diabetes. Okay, because I can write a whole nother book on that. I can sit here for 2-3 hours and talk to you about that. Okay, of course, but I can't. But cinnamon will help you to get your blood sugar down. Of course, if you have diabetes, you never want your blood sugar to get too high. But if you need it to go down maybe 10 or 20 points, here you go. Here you go. And if you keep taking it over time, okay? And it's really good, especially on toast, because toast is bread and it's starchy. So that's, of course, it's going to send your blood sugar up. So if you want to eat sweets or desserts, sprinkle cinnamon on it, and that will stop the dessert from giving spike in your sugar. Did you know that? So that's from experience, and just throwing it out there for you. Okay, so right now I'm on page 117. And the next herbal remedy is eye bright. Eye bright is good for allergies and pink eye. My husband suffered from pink eye a couple of years ago. I bought a bottle of eye bright liquid extract from my local health food store and had him take it daily for 2 to 3 days. When he finished the bottle, within a 2 or 4 week period, his pink eye was gone. It felt great to not have to take him to urgent care to make a doctor appointment. Some natural doctors do not recommend putting it in the eyes. Don't put eye bright in your eye. I don't have any right here today because I ran out of it. I need to buy some more. But you don't want to put it in your eye. You want to take it. Okay? There may be some that you can put in your eye, but in general, eye bright, you take it orally. Okay? I have read of persons doing so and having undesirable reactions for putting it in your eye, like stinging. So you don't want to do that, stinging and blurred vision. The best method I've experienced is to swallow the liquid extract following the instructions on the label. So like I said, my husband had pink eye, and I don't like going to the doctor's urgent care emergency rooms, because sometimes when you go there, you could pick up another illness. Who wants that? We don't want that. We don't want to pick up another illness. So eye bright is great. You could get it at your health food store. Most cities have at least a dozen or more health food stores. You can get it in there. Most of them carry it. Or you can also go to Swanson Vitamins and they'll ship it to your house. And a lot of times if you spend so much money, they'll give you free shipping. They'll give you free shipping. I don't work for Swanson's. This is nowhere near sponsored by them. It's just I shop on their website, and I've been shopping there for at least a decade, mainly because I save 50%. I save 50%, so if something costs $20 at the health food store, a lot of times I'll be able to find it for $10 or $15 at Swanson's. And if I buy enough items, which I want to keep my house stocked up, then look at all the money I'm saving, and then I don't have to pay for shipping. And so that's what I do. So I love SwansonVitamins.com. I encourage you to go to their website to check out Swanson's, okay? Now I have a few more remedies to share with you. So the next remedy is golden seal. Golden seal, if you suffer from any type of stomach ailment, then you will love golden seal. It's great in treating all types of stomach disorders. It can treat gastritis, gallstones, heartburn, and nausea. It can even be used as a laxative, tonic, diuretic, and antiseptic. It can be utilized to treat bronchitis, skin diseases, tonsillitis, bowel, and bladder troubles. That's golden seal. That's where you get the name from, golden, because it does so many things. According to Jethro Kloss, a medical doctor of the book Back to Eden, golden seal is one of the most wonderful remedies in the entire herb kingdom. I recently used a combination of golden seal and echinacea liquid extract to help me with stomach ailment, and it proved very beneficial. I love golden seal. I keep it on hand all the time in my house. Remember, herbal remedies work gently on our systems, but some are strong, like golden seal and echinacea. So strong that one should take a rest period from them for a week or two at a time, depending on the severity of the symptoms. As a matter of fact, it is wise to only consume herbs over a 2-week period, then to rest and start back again if needed. Okay, so here's the golden seal I got right here. It's called golden seal root, but some of them will just say golden seal. This is from Cedar Bear. And yeah, this is from Cedar Bear. It's a brand name, and there's different other brand names, and they all pretty much work the same. Okay, this one because golden seal has golden. This is golden. This is almost $17 right here, but I did not buy this at Swanson's, so you can find golden seal at Swanson's. You probably save an extra $5. You might can maybe get one for $10, $12 of golden seal. Okay, I love this stuff, love it. But you do have to take a break. So what do you do with almost all remedies? All herbal remedies, you take for 2 weeks, you take a week or 2 off, and then you start back until you're well. Okay, and that's for all medication. Even if you go to a regular mainstream medical doctor, they prescribe us medicines. For instance, Prilosec. They prescribe Prilosec for me. According to the manufacturers of Prilosec on their container, you're only supposed to take Prilosec for about 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks max. They prescribe Prilosec and tons of other medications for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the rest of your life. That's not the way it's supposed to be. This is why people are having so many health problems. You know, I understand there are some health problems. It's like, that's all you could do to survive. I understand that. I'm not judging that. I'm not being critical of that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when there are health problems that we can go to the store and buy some over the counter and get cured for it in 2 weeks or just a matter of months or weeks, and these doctors want to put a Band-Aid on these major health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure and heart disease. They want to put a Band-Aid on something that's severe for the rest of your life, and they're not curing you. To me, that is like ludicrous. I don't understand why we mankind allow these doctors to do these things to us. I refuse. I'm not going to let them do that to me. I trust my life and everything to God. I trust my life to Him. I believe when it's my time to go, I'm going and not any sooner. But while I'm down here, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. I want to live a long, healthy life like everybody else, but I want to be healthy, and I refuse to be handicapped by mainstream medical society that's doing this. And I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about this subject because I, like God, I hate to see people suffer. I hate to see people suffer. And so I don't know why we do this to ourselves, okay? But anyway, golden seal. Golden seal solves tons of health problems, golden seal. You'll love it. Do some more research on golden seal. But it's especially for the stomach. When you have any type of stomach ailment, when I have any type of stomach ailment, the first thing I do is I'll get my golden seal, put a dropper in my mouth, and follow it with some water. And usually 2 to 3 days better, I'm cured. I don't even know what it was, didn't have to go to the doctor. I don't care, I'm well, okay? And that's what we want, right? We want to be well. We want to be well. Hold on a moment, I'll be right back.